Hey, you're worse than a middle school crowd. Number one, there's going to be an opportunity when they get up here to have your cell phones out and take photos. But after that, you need to silence it, put it away. Got it? Second announcement, this is participatory, meaning when I ask you a question, and I'll ask it to you when you're standing still, you need to answer, we do. Now, if you can't answer, we do, the parking lot is in that direction. That's it.
Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes, you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark, with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath. You heard it, darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found a man stronger than anyone I know. He shares my dreams. I hope that someday we'll share our home. I found the love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand. Be your girl, you'll be my man. And I see my future in your eyes. Well, baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, while listening to our favorite song. Where was I before the day that I first saw your lovely face? Now I see it every day, and I know that I am the luckiest.
Presents this woman to be married to this man. It was in the script, Dan. Okay. Okay, your photo op is now. All right. Thank you. Who stands with this couple to express the good wishes of their families and friends? A little weak, but I'll let it pass. Now you can be seated. Welcome, family, friends, and loved ones. We're gathered here today in this beautiful setting in Colorado to celebrate the wedding of Jessica and Carter. You've come here to share in this commitment they now make to one another, to offer your love and support for their union, and to allow them to start their married life surrounded by the people dearest and most important to them. Let's take a moment of silence just to honor those that are no longer with us. Thank you. Jessica, Carter, marriage is a promise between two people who love each other, who trust that love, and who honor one another as individuals in that togetherness, and who wish to spend the rest of their lives together. It enables two separate beings to share their desires, longings, dreams, and memories, their joys and sorrows, and to help each other through all the uncertainties of life. A strong marriage also nurtures each of you as separate individuals and allows you to maintain your unique identity and grow in your own way in the years ahead. It's a safe haven for each of you to be your best self. You're adding to your life not only the affection of each other, but also the companionship and blessing of a deep trust. You're agreeing to share strength, responsibilities, and love. It does take more than love to make a relationship work. It takes trust to know in your hearts you want only the best for each other. It takes faith to go forward together without knowing what the future holds for you both. Now, each of us knows that a marriage is not created by a law or a ceremony. Rather, it happens in the hearts of two human beings. It grows out of a loving, caring, and sharing relationship with one another. This ceremony is not magic, and it will not create a relationship that does not already exist between Carter and Jessica and has not been celebrated in small ways and commitments since they first met. So in witnessing this ceremony today, we're observing only an outward sign of an inward union of a relationship that already exists. This ceremony is a symbol of how far they've come together and a promise that they will make to each other to continue to live their lives and to love each other solely and above all others. Now, this time, Carter has agreed to give an hour-long talk on the meaning of love and marriage. So you might as well relax a little bit. Are you ready, Carter? Not yet. That was joke number one, I guess. I'm going to read from A Natural History of Love by Diane Ackerman. Love. What a small word we use for an idea so immense and powerful. It has altered the flow of history, calmed monsters, kindled works of art, cheered the forlorn, turned tough guys to mush, consoled the enslaved, and driven strong women mad, glorified the humble, fueled national scandals, and bankrupted robber barons, and made mincemeat of kings. How can love's spaciousness be conveyed in such a narrow confine of one syllable? Love is an ancient delirium, a desire older than civilization, with taproot spreading into deep and mysterious days. The heart is a living museum in each of its galleries, no matter how narrowly or dimly lit. It's preserved forever like wondrous sky tones. Are our moments of loving and being loved. Are you ready to do this? Carter, do you know in Jessica's love for you and returning it, take Jessica to be your wife? Jessica, do you know in Carter's love for you and returning it, take Carter to be your husband? It's okay. Yes suffices. You've known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you've been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in the car over a meal or during long walks, all those conversations that began with, we will, when we're married, I will, we will, all those late night talks that included someday, somehow, maybe, all those promises are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know, all those things we promised and hoped and dreamed, well, I meant it, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you've been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dance partner, and even teacher. For you have learned much from each other these past few years. Shortly, you shall say a few words which will take you across the threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same after. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife. Are you ready for your vows? Carter said he would go first. Okay, hold on a second. I got a handheld here. I can hold it, or you can hold it. On the bottom, I turned it off apparently rather than on.
So when Jess and I were 19-year-old freshmen in college, we managed to afford and plan a spring break trip to San Diego because we worked really hard that summer. We booked a $40 a night Airbnb at someone's house. We were in the entire time. Not for days. We arrived early to the cheapest flight, and unfortunately, we had to take us home so covered common hotel courtesies like locking up bags. So we had a couple hours to wander suburban San Diego with our luggage. Sit down for the entire time. After getting soaking wet, we checked in to our vacation and continued on our public transportation, like drinking alcohol that not into our check bag and seeing all sorts of interesting things in San Diego. For most people, this probably would not be their ideal vacation, but for Jess and I, we had an amazing time. San Diego taught me that no matter what the circumstances, when I'm with you, I'm having you. You are my best friend, my companion, for most of my life. I promise to always have fun with you, rain or shine. I know some things have changed in the last 6 years. Life is more complicated, work is stressful. I promise to support you through all the stresses of work and life, including having a wife to be ready when you get home, especially if it's one of them today. I will always listen to you, even when it's football season. I will challenge you, respect you, and console you, just like you've always done for me. I love everything about you, every smile, every laugh. Every facial expression you make when somebody says something crazy. I promise to love you for who you are, because of who you are. For the rest of my life.
Okay.
Can you hear me? pen and paper 1,000 times and tried to find all the right words I want to use to tell you how much I love you. But I've come to the conclusion that I will never have all the right words. So, here goes attempt 1001. I have read all the Google articles explaining how to write good vows, and all of them recommended that you tell the story of how you and your partner met. Well, I don't find our first meeting all that cute. So, in true Carter and Jess fashion, I have to go a little off the traditional path and recall the second time. Luckily, a few years had passed, 2 rounds of braces were behind us, and we had both outgrown the Bieber cut. The conversations were easy, and we haven't stopped talking since. There's so many things I wanted to include today, but I don't have all night, so I think there's one thing above all else I want to mention. When we met, I didn't know how to handle complicated emotions. I had never been around a person who had made me feel all these complex emotions before, and I was not comfortable enough in myself to truly explore those feelings. Over the years, you've helped me understand myself and break down those walls so I can live in those emotions. You've made me a better person forever by giving me that space to learn and grow. Over the last 7 years, we've been through so many amazing highs, but also some pretty low lows. At the end of it all, we always end up where we started, together. There's actually a memory I want to recall with you. You and I were driving down I-25 in your Subaru, and we got into a bit of an argument that just ruined my whole mood. Now, anyone that knows me knows that if I'm in a bad mood, there's a 99% chance that I'm going to ruin the rest of your day too. I was completely ready to sit in awkward silence for the rest of the ride. I had my knees to the passenger door, back to you. I was mad. Little did I know that behind me, you were quickly searching for a song. The craziest part is I don't even remember the song you played, but you knew it was a song that I wasn't going to be able to sit silently through. You started to sing, and I tried so hard to maintain my anger, but eventually I just caved, and soon enough we were all belting this song together, and I couldn't even remember what I was upset about 3 minutes earlier. In that moment, and so many like it, I knew I had found my forever in you. And it may seem like a small gesture, but it makes all the difference. Just like that car ride, marriage will test us and put pressures on our ability to overcome, which is why I make these promises to you. I promise to make the conscious decision each day to choose love, to choose us, and to choose our marriage, even on the days when I can't imagine doing anything harder. I promise to be your biggest fan and most trusted confidant. I promise to continue to be the best thing that's ever happened to you. I promise to make it a point to laugh with you every day, even if it means laughing at our expense. And finally, I promise to be your best friend today, tomorrow, and every day for the rest of my life. I love you, Carter, and I can't wait to be your wife. In the words of my grandma, love is patient, love is kind, love is slow to anger.
Please take each other's hands. To reach out to someone and be acknowledged and loved is a human need. Taking the hand of the one who loves you is a powerful symbol of that unspoken bond. Please take a good look at each other's hands so you may see the gift that they are to you. These are the hands of your best friend that are holding yours at your wedding. These are the hands that have worked alongside yours and will continue to do so as you build your future. These are the hands that have held you and will continue to hold you when fear or grief temporarily comes to you. These are the hands that wipe tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow, tears of joy. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged will still be reaching for yours with loving tenderness. Now, this is a point in the ceremony when the officiant talks about wedding bands being a perfect circle, having no beginning and no end. But we know that rings have a beginning. Rock is dug from the earth. Metals are liquefied in a furnace at 1,000 degrees. The hot metal is forged, cooled, and painstakingly polished. Something beautiful is made from raw elements, and love is a lot like that. It comes from humble beginnings made by imperfect beings. It's a process of making something beautiful where there was once nothing at all. Rings, please. Carter, please place this ring on Jessica's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours. It is a symbol of my eternal love, my everlasting friendship, and the promise of all my tomorrows. Jessica, place this ring on Carter's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours. It's a symbol of my eternal love, my everlasting friendship, and the promise of all my tomorrows. Carter, take a good look at Jessica and see how amazingly beautiful she is on your wedding day. And know with your love and nourishment and your patience and maybe your singing occasionally, her beauty will only grow in time. Jessica, take a good look at Carter. This is about as good as it gets. Now, as you go forth, may your joy be great and deep. May you provide comfort and inspiration to each other. And it's with such happiness and such an honor for me to pronounce you husband and wife. And you may share your first kiss as husband and wife, but you're going to let me get out of the photo, okay? Congratulations, Jessica and Carter.
She could be the American dream. Marry me. She's worth letting go. One thing I know, she's a regular. Put a ring around her finger. She's a regular.
Family wedding party is going to gather in about 10 minutes for photos, but everybody else, please stay outside of the building for now and enjoy the party out here until you're invited in.